I can think of very few industries that are more saturated than the headphone market. I mean, there has just been a huge rat race the last 5 to 6 years to create the best sounding, the best looking, the most comfortable headphone around. There are tons of new companies that manufacture headphones, etc., etc. Well, a new kid on the block, at least to the headphone world, Blue Microphones, is telling us with their new MoFi headphones that everybody's been doing it wrong. Let's take a look at the unboxing. To give you a little bit of background, this is the first pair of headphones that Blue Microphones has ever tried to manufacture. They've been a very well-respected microphone manufacturer for the last 20 years, and this is their first attempt at creating a consumer and professional headphone. MoFi is not cheap. It retails for $350, and availability is still a little bit tricky because they were just formally released yesterday. You can find them on Amazon, Sweetwater, Guitar Center, a couple other places. And as you can see, the packaging is quite beautiful, so they will eventually make it into retail stores. But it's interesting not just to see what these headphones sound like, but what they look like. They look freaking weird. Now, we'll get back to the headphones in just a second. I want to finish showing you what's inside the box. You get this nice little carrying bag. It's not really that excellent. It's just a soft case. I mean, it's fine. I'm glad they included it, but there are far better hard cases from headphones in this price range. You get a nifty little manual. You get a 1 meter cable with an integrated microphone, which is great for your iPhone and Android phone. You get a 3 meter long cable, which is intended for more studio work or home use. You get a micro USB cable, which is used to charge the headphones, and we'll get to that in just a minute. You get a Chinese OEM wall adapter. It's nothing really that special. You get a 1/4 inch adapter so that you can plug it into higher quality apparatus, and you get a airplane adapter, which I don't really know why that's necessary. A girl I really used to like in high school once told me, "You got clumsy hands." And the evidence of that is present in this video clip. I accidentally dropped these headphones onto cement from about 4 feet. It was not intentional. I felt horrible for doing it, but they actually held up really well. Although there are a few cosmetic inconsistencies, the sound is still great and they work perfectly. Moral of the story, don't drop your crap. Now, Blue tends to think that there are a lot of problems with the current headphones on the market, that they use circular ear cups, that the headband is circular, which really, when you stretch the headband to fit to your ears, it moves the placement of the cups and can't get a good seal, or if it does get a seal, that's really, really tight against your head. I have noticed this in some headphones that I own, but I'd say that it's a pretty minor problem. That being said, they've tried to redesign everything, making sure that it can fit literally any head in a very comfy manner. And that's necessary because these headphones weigh at a whopping 16 ounces. That's a whole pound on top of your head. Now, I'm not going to go into every little comfort feature. I'll do that in the final review. But my early reports are that these headphones are extremely comfortable despite the huge amount of weight on top of your head. They also have some really nice faux ear cups, which I've experienced already to be quite pleasant. They haven't gotten hot or itchy. Now, more important to me than comfort and looks, because I'm kind of an audio snob, is the quality of the audio, and I can't help but be very, very interested in these headphones because they do something differently that nobody else has done nor tried. Now, let me explain. Every pair of headphones needs power to operate, and these tiny little headphone amplifiers that are inside our iOS devices, that are inside our Android devices, just aren't good. They cannot power a full size of headphones. Now, many solutions have come out onto the market to try to resolve this problem. Little headphone amplifiers, bigger headphone amplifiers, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to carry one of these around. They're inconvenient, they're large, they're bulky, they add cable mess, it just is a disaster. As you guys can remember, the Listen headphones that I reviewed last week, the whole reason I said they weren't good was because that they required too much power to operate nicely on a mobile device. And so Blue thinks that they have the answer, and they're using a tactic that studio monitors have used for years. For the longest time, monitors used to be passive. Just like the speakers in your home theater system, there was a central amplifier, and they carried not only the signal, but also power to the different speakers around the room. Now, the reason that people have changed in the studio from this older method is that a lot of times you'll get an amplifier that doesn't mix well with the driver. You're running a long cable, which can introduce distortion, a lot of other problems. And so what they do now is they put the amplifier and the driver in the exact same box. They're made for one another, they are married, which means that there's not going to be any problems or inconsistencies when you put in a track. You get out a flat or accurate response. And Blue is trying to do the same thing, but with headphones. So what they've implemented is an actual headphone amplifier inside each ear cup of the headphone. Now it's important to understand that it is not a DSP, it's not a digital signal processing unit. It is an actual analog amplifier, which is really the first time I've ever seen that in a headphone. Now it may be good and it may be bad. Who knows why nobody's done it until now. Now, I'm not going to formulate my opinion publicly on what I think about the sound yet because I honestly don't even know what I think yet. Thus far, I like them, and that's it. I'm not in love yet. Maybe that will change over the next couple weeks. But stay tuned and watch for a final review of the Blue MoFi headphones in the next couple of days. I'm Quinn of Snazzy Labs. Thank you so much for watching. Please download the official Snazzy Labs app from the iOS and Android Play Store to find all the content that we make every day. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay snazzy.